Alright, this is the instruction how to install the Permeate Pump ERP 1000. This pump for your RO system. This pump does not use the any electric. It's all using the water flow to help to pump the water inside your tank much better, and also reduce the wastewater. To install this is not pretty easy. All you have to drill 2 holes, one here on the frame, and you just screw in this little bracket, and you can see the little bracket right there, when they go through. So basically screw them in, and pretty much you just push this guy in from this point to hold it. That's it. And this is the ERP 1000 for bigger RO system for up to 120 gallon per day. You can see 120 right there, RO system. Or you can buy the smaller one, ERP 500, for like 50 gallon per day. So mine is 100 gallon per day, so this is what you buy. If you notice the little arrow, mount outlet up, so make sure that this arrow has to point up to have it correctly. If you don't, it won't work correctly. And the trick is you can see the little hole right there, permit out and brine out. These two guys supposed to be vertical, kind of pointing up to the sky, and on the back end, so permit in, brine in. This is supposed to point to the ground. So you got 4 holes right there. So permit in is the one on the right, and permit out the one on the left, and the same thing on the back. It's okay. You have 4 holes. Again, permit in, prime in, permit out, and brine out. Okay. And all you do is just basically kind of push it through here. It's a little bit hard to do with one hand, but there you go. That's all you have to do. And like I mentioned earlier, assuming it's stand up like this, basically all I have to do is make sure this hole right here, this section, it point up to the sky. This type of point on the ground for the elevation to make it work correctly. That's why it has a little arrow to make sure whatever you do. You can mount this up here too if you want, but whatever it is, these 2 guys have to be up in the sky. These 2 guys here should be at the bottom. So permit out and brine out, and you can see the arrow pointing up. Okay, that's how you connect it from this point. And you can buy the smaller one called Permeate Pump ERP 500. You can see right there. This one said for 10 to 50 gallon per day RO system. So this was probably smaller, so I bought the wrong one. I think I'm gonna return it. But it worked exactly the same. You see 4 holes, and the direction both the same. Make sure the arrow, this thing point up to the sky like this. And it comes with a little plastic to protect the hole. When you install it, you just have to remove these 4 pieces of plastic so the dirt won't get in. That's exactly what it's for. And if you install it, it looks kind of like this here. And same thing, make sure the arrow pointing up, okay? And then the big unit come with this valve on the back. This valve will help to, this is where to control how much water, the shutoff valve to control how much water get into your tank. And this valve does a better job to fill up the tank a little bit fuller. So I replace it from the older valve that come with the RO system. And this is the older, this is the original shutoff valve came with the RO, and I remove it and replace with the a better one that came with the pump with it. And you can buy this on Amazon that help you to connect it further. You can see right there, all it does is when you push this in, so make a little L. So when you're connecting the pipe, it won't kink your pipe from this point. So these are easy. You just push it in, and then you connect with the hose if necessary. I only use one here, but obviously you can use that, or you can even buy something like this. So make an L, so it's up to you. But typically, this is what 1/4 size to plug it in, and that's how it's connected from this point. Okay, and let's go through here how this thing got installed. So you can see this is filter number 1. number 2, number 3. This is where the house water come in. Hit this guy first, 1, 2, and 3. And this, I bought this iSpring 100-gallon per day water filter. This one does a better job. I like it because the first filter is clear, so you can see how dirty it is, so you can change it. The next two are not clear because they're carbon filters. The first one's cinnamon, so it kind of give you a little indicator when it's time to replace it. So kind of nice to have. Some other are all, it's all solid, you can't tell, but this one, you know, kind of clear white color, you can see right there. So you can see whether it's dirty or not. And also, you know, I put a little tip, when did I install it, that kind of thing, so I remember when to replace it, the date, that kind of thing. So that's number 1, is this one on the right, number 2 in the middle, number 3. So you can see it's 1, 2, and 3, and I go up from here. And when I after go up to number 3, the filter go up, and this is where it gonna hit the auto shutoff valve, and you can see right there I have an out and in. Okay, out and in. So this one will go into the in right there. Okay, after the third filter, going to the in, and when I go in, I go out, I go back out, and you notice I also use a little connection to make it easier. Let me show right there, and which is this little piece right there. I push it in and connecting the tube, make it a little bit easier for connection. You don't have to bend it too much, so easy to push it in. So I use it right there, and the out. So after the third filter, go into the in, and the out go this way. The out go to the membrane, which is follow this line, and I go to the membrane, which is the color red right there. So the out go into this membrane right here in the middle, and every hour system will have one of this. The reason you can tell I have a little thread, that's why you can open this up, and typically you replace this every 2 or 3 years, depending how dirty your water is. So the out go inside the membrane and go to the system here. Okay, the main one with the cap. As you can see on the back, let me move this up a little bit. The back membrane will come out with two connections on the back right here. This is your wastewater, and this is your clean water when they go through. Okay, so again, in and out. You see that in and out. This red pipe is tube will come from the third filter, go to the in, and go out to the membrane. This one go out to the membrane, which is this one right there. Just want to make sure. And then you turn around on the other side. The other side, it have the word, you can see the word tank and tank. So tank and tank. This will go to the tank. Same thing. So this guy, that's why I kind of label this in, out, tank, and tank. So the tank here to go after the directly after the third filter, it go through here. If you fold the line, it will go to your post filter, which is this guy right here, the post filter. This is my alkaline filter. So this first tank here go parallel after the third filter, go to the post. All right, the next one is the tank, the second tank, which is the second line right here. The second line of the tank will go directly to permit out, to this connection on the top, permit out. Okay, so that's the last tank right here. You can see and visualize the second tank. So the in, the out, and then there's tank 1 and tank 2. So the tank 2 toward the out. This is the one go toward the permit out, which is right there. Go inside this tube. Okay, real easy. And then this one called at the bottom, I'll point up, permit in, brine in, which is this one right there. Permit in is this one right here. So permit in, you're connecting the tube, you go around, and permit in will go directly to your membrane. This is your membrane. Remember, I have a cap, and membrane have 2 exit. This is the wastewater at the bottom, the clean water on the top. So the clean water, this is this guy, connect from there, go around and connect to the permeate in at the bottom. Go to, right, permeate in is your clean water from the membrane, which is the top part right here. Go inside that connection right there. And then this wastewater on the membrane had two of them. Remember the wastewater, the black one, that's your wastewater going out, and the black water going out. You can see the back, the black tube go to your flow restrictor. So leave that alone. You connect to the tube, and that tube will go around and connect to the brine in. Okay. So after your flow restrictor will connect to the brine in right there. After your flow, the flow restrictor will connect to it. And for me, it's easier to connect this way. We have a little elbow I mentioned earlier. I have a little elbow to connect it in. And then the brine out. Say this is in, this is out. So in, out, brine in, brine out. So in brine in is basically your wastewater after the flow restrictor. So after the flow restrictor connected directly to here, and this one is literally brine out to connect to your disposal water. This is where you dispose to your drainage, your wastewater. That's where it goes. That's why the tube is black, but you can use any color tube you want. So it doesn't matter. So I kind of testing it, and you notice I kind of put it here to connect it to the to the Home Depot bucket. I'm testing it right now, but eventually I'll put this into a drain pipe under the sink from that point. So this is very easy. You can use any color tube you want, but for me, I happen to use black, make it easier. But remember, you see this arrow? Make sure it's pointing up. So I kind of turn like this and make sure it's pointing up. So very easy to do. And it's actually reduced the wastewater a lot, because when I did a test, I took just 1 cup of water, maybe like 8 ounces of clean water, and it produced like, good God, 7 or 8 of wastewater, 1 to 8 or 1 to 7, 8 to 9. Sometimes went to 1 to 9. So one of this equals 8 to 9 cup of wastewater. Now after I install this pump, when I get 1 cup of this water, it's only waste 1 cup of water. So 1 to 1. Even though this ice spring system, advertise is a high flow system, they produce 1 to 1. In reality, it doesn't. And that's why the reason I know, because I tested originally after the flow restrictor is this guy right here, the normal way before all this install. I actually connect this to the Home Depot bucket to see how much water I waste. So every time I get 1 cup of clean water, this thing will produce like 8 to 9, even 10 cup of wastewater, which is a lot, 1 to 10. But now once I install this thing in, it produces 1 to 1, which is much better. So it's 1 of this equal 1 wastewater, which is very good. And then based on this Auto Shutoff Valve, it produces much better. So it's actually pumped more water into that tank, and it's pumping them much faster. It's created a little noise here and there, but not much, nothing major from this point. So it didn't cause any problem for this area. Okay, I just get 1 cup of water, you see how much it produce. But this is how it pumps. It just pumps like every 4 or 5 seconds and stop. And actually it pumps a lot less with wastewater. It's 1 cup of clean water, you got 1 cup of wastewater, which is pretty good. And the reason I put a little coupling to hold it, because it keep yanking this tube outside the bucket and wet all the floor. That's why I just kind of put it to hold the pipe so it won't go anywhere. And it just, you can see that it kind of yanking it, every 5 seconds. It stop and boom, it pump water. See that? And you can see right there. And pump, there you go. And then stop and does that. And boom, and then stop. See that? Yep, and then 1 more. There you can see. There you go. And then it stop. So, but it's pretty quiet. You can see how it does it. So. that's what it does. Yeah, this is your wastewater right there. But it didn't produce any sound. I don't hear any sound at all. And it's pretty quiet doing it, so and have been reducing a lot of water, wastewater, which is pretty useful from this point. So go back, check the videos, you know how the connection work. There's instruction that come with it. You can follow the instruction. Here's the instruction that come with it. It's talk about, you know, A1, A2, 3, and 4. All the instruction. It tells you like A1 is import from stage 3, which is right here. You know, from stage 3 after your stage 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to A1, right? And then you can see A2. You form your membrane that's coming out. Go to A2 from your membrane, which is A2 out port, right? Because this is in, this is out to membrane. So same thing, this is out, go. This is out right there. This is in on the top. This is out. You can label in, out. Go to my membrane, which is this one that have the cap. The way they label the picture a little bit different because the cap's on the left, but my cap's on the right. But the key is that output the cap. Okay, that's where the cap goes. Got the water going in and then going out. Okay, it's going in, going out, and then it will show you instruction what to connect next left, right? A3, A4, and you see P1, permit in, permit out, you know, that kind of thing. So it gives you all the instruction from this point. So follow these instruction, and this one comes with the, they call 90% auto shutoff valve, which is much better than the one that came with your RO system, the one that came with it. So you just have to replace with that. And this is Permeate Pump ERP 1000 for 100 gallon per day. So it comes with instruction, follow the instruction. And then the only difference is mine have the pulse filter, and the only thing I add on top of it that come with it is the alkaline, but it works the same because you don't really connect to the alkaline filter. You connect to this thing right there based on the instruction, because this is where your pulse filter right there. It goes up to A3, and this is A3. Okay, and then I have instruction, the label, you know, each port mount the permit pump with the outlet, both brine and permit position up. This is very important, right? To get rid of any trapped air. So like I mentioned earlier, make sure the arrow pointing up when you install it. So I'll give you a warning to do that. Here's one of the instructions show you brine out, permit out, brine out should be up on the top. Permit in, brine in should be positioned at the bottom. So these two guys supposed to point to the sky. These two guys supposed to point at approximately, it don't have to be 90 degrees, it could be a little bit off, but as long as, you know, this guy on top, this guy have to, brine out had to be higher than brine in. It doesn't have to be exactly 90 degrees, but I kind of put it 90 degrees to make it more supportive. But make sure the brine in and permit in are not higher than brine out and permit out. That's the trick. It doesn't have to be 90 degrees like I mentioned. It could be a little bit off, but make sure this guy is higher than that guy. That's the only key difference from this point. So I give instruction what to follow, what to do. The ERP 50 does not come with the auto shutoff valve. Only ERP, I think 1000 will come with it to replace it. They have a 90% fill rate into the tank. The one that comes with your RO system will fill like 60%, maybe 65%. So this will fill, make your tank fuller, so you have more water to drink and so on and so forth. Okay, so this one has pulse filter. It does not show the alkaline, but the alkaline is after this anyway, so it won't affect one way or the other from this point. So I hope this helped. Yeah, so this is the bracket. Make sure you put it in. So if you drill the 2 hole, let me put in the screw here. So basically you have 2 screws. When you drill the hole, put in the 2 screws to hold this thing up. One on the left, one on the right. Once you drill the 2 hole right there, it's very easy to drill. I have no problem drilling. It's very easy. So it come with the 2 screw, 1 screw, and then 2 screw. You just put it in, make sure they hold. And then this is my the pump I bought. The wrong thing I mentioned earlier is ELP 500. So this is what this one show 10 to 50 gallon per day RO system. So I believe if you have 50 or less, you can buy the pump. If you have 75 gallon per day RO and up, you buy the ELP 1000. Okay, so if you have 75 and up, you would buy this one, which is a stronger pump. But the concept of this thing is very easy. When you screw it in, those 2 screws right there I mentioned, you can slide them in sideways, or you just simply pop it in. It will go in like this. It'll hold pretty well. And you see the 2 screws holding them back. And very easy. Like I mentioned earlier, I have the name. What's that? Permit in, brine in. Remember, these 2 guys should be at the bottom. And see the arrow pointing up. So these was that permit out and brine out should be on the top. And it doesn't have to be exactly 90 degrees like this. It could be a little bit tilt this way, a little bit tilt this way. It's okay. But as long as this tube on the top is slightly higher than the bottom, so it won't trap any air. But to be safe, I put exactly 90 degrees, pointing up to the sky this way. But you tilt a little bit left and right, it's not gonna hurt anything. Just make sure the permit out area is not below the permit in. Okay, that's all. So make sure to follow this arrow. It should be pointing up like that. Okay, and then to remove some of the tubing, it's very easy to do. You can see they have a little jack right here. Use your fingernail, push down both sides. It will release the like a shark bite, the teeth below. So push it all the way down, and you can yank out this tube. Same thing here. Push this little gray area in, and it will release the teeth that are holding it, and then you can release it out. And to push it in, you just push it in. You don't have to press anything. Push it in, you can hear a little small click all the way in, and it will automatically grab it inside. So very easy to do. Same thing, this guy, see the little gray area? Press it in, release it out. Same thing over here. All of you do is press in the little gray area to release it, pull them out. Same things here. But to push them in, you don't have to press anything, just push it all the way in. And then a couple of things you can do is, sometimes they have these clips for extra protection. You kind of slide in like this. And what it does, a little bit hard to do with one hand. Let me try it. What this one does is you just prevent, somebody actually push that guy in. But it's not the end of the world if you don't have it. So something like that, just push in like that. If you notice, it will jam in between, so prevent anybody to push in the little gray area to unlock this. That's what all it does, is preventing it. So here, now the one I'm gonna push in, and you can see, and it's not mandatory to have it, but it's just an extra protection. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world, okay? You push it in, so prevent this gray tab to unlock it, to actually push it out, but it's not gonna happen. Unless somebody purposely push it in, it's not gonna happen overnight. You can see here, like this thing, this is a bigger thing, bigger pipe, but it does the same. They have a little thing here, prevent somebody pushing the blue area. Same thing here, you can see it. There, see? So it just prevent. So for me to open this thing, to release that red tube, I have to yank out this guy. There you go, you yank it out, push down this collar all the way, use 2 fingers, push all the way down. It will release the bite at the bottom, and that's where you can release this tube. To push it back in, just push it all the way in. If you push it in, you don't have to do anything. You will hear a little click. And this thing is just additional protection. There you go. It just prevent somebody push it down, but if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world, because it's not going anywhere. Because somebody have to be personally push it all the way in. But right now I can't, because I have that little protection. So it's up to you if you want to have one of this. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You don't have it. From that point, you have a little protection. Same thing, I think this is pretty useful to use to push it in. Or if not, you can run one tube out, coming in, And then you can connect one of this and you can turn, but I think this is more useful compared to this one. This one's just an L connection. Same concept. You see a little jacket, you push in, you release it, but right now there's nothing in it, and that's where you put a little clip in between to prevent that thing to happen. And that's about it. I think this is pretty useful. It's reduced my wastewater big time, from 1 clean water to 10, roughly 10 wastewater, right? 1 to 10. Now it's actually 1 to 1. And I know that it make up the water, pump back in the tank very fast compared to before. So it's nice, pretty quiet. I really like it. No electric at this point. And if your house water PSI less than 40 PSI, you will need a pump. And that pump will use electric. And that's the pump to pump in the water from here to make the water PSI stronger. But only when your house is below 40 PSI. Mine is like 70 PSI, so I have no issue with that. But that one used electric. Same thing, the tank there, and I level when did I install the tank. From that point, once in a while, you have to measure that little cap right there on the PSI. If it's low, you have to pump it up based on that. Okay, that's about it. Hope you enjoy it. This pump is pretty useful. So look at the link below, and pretty quiet. Really enjoy the pump. Thank you.